I'm really happy to present Tagasaurus version 1.4. So on my GitHub at the handle Mantzaris, you can find on my pin repositories Tagasaurus. And version 1.4 is available in what we're talking about now. So over here you can find all the source code for the desktop version, and it's available for Windows and it's available for Linux. And I'm running Linux right now, and you can download it and check the hashes. There's a short introduction here as well and some screenshots, but I'm going to show you how we can use it and install it. So when you download it, you're going to get a zip, and then you can extract the zip, and it's around 500 megabytes. And once you've extracted it, you can go into the folder, and if you're on Windows, you can double click it, but if you're on Linux, it's typical to just run the app from the command line. And it will open up and you have your app right here. So we can close that and take this view. So from here, one of the first things that we're going to do is go into tagging. So here it's showing you a progress bar of how much of the images you've completed to annotate and tag. So we go in here and we can see our image. We can put in a description. This is a Tagasaurus, and it wants you to store and search for memes. We can save that, and we can take off the bad emotion, and we can put good at 100%, save that change, and then put here awesome as well as a 100%. And we can add that emotion there. Fantastic. So when I just go over here, we can go forward, we can go backwards, go forwards again, and we can go through our images here, and we can say that this is a macaw parrot flying. Fantastic. We can get rid of the bad and only keep the good. And if we put this over here, we can also put the emotion of elegant and put that as a 100%. Yay. And then you can put here, if you want, you can also put here boring as 0. And you have a 0 boring. It doesn't count as non-boring, as absence of boring, but actually that there is no, it's a declaration that no boring element exists. And if you go over here, you can find some more images and you can tag them and change them around. A key thing is that we can add memes. So we can add a meme here as well, and we can say that we're searching for Tagasaurus. That was the tag on the Tagasaurus image that we put. We find it right here. We can select it, and voila, we have our Tagasaurus. And we can click on this to get a summary of the details and the emotions of the tag details and emotions. We can add in another meme here, and we can add in a meme of this comic book cover for Totem Eclipse. Voila. We can go over here and we can right click and even save it if we want. So if we go over here and then we're to go back to the main menu, we would see that there's some progress on having tagged images, a bit of the emotions, and some are meme connected. So if we go over here, we can see an image of a person. This is Claude Shannon, the father of information theory. And we can say, well, what are the emotions? Since it's a face, we can do autofill. And it will come up with a face that is predicted to be sad. Now, we can bring in new images by doing load new, or we can even do a drag and drop. So I'm going to take in an image here, I'm going to drag, and I'm going to do drop. Voila. And then we can do autofill here. And from all the emotions, it says that there's no angry, but there is a high of surprised. So that means if I wanted to, I could go here and I could alter it if I wanted to. These are not fixed. So I could say it's not 100% surprised. And to see that change having taken place. And I could say these emotions are irrelevant and I just want this subsection. Awesome. So I'm going to bring in a bunch of new images as well. I'll bring in some images of Johnny Depp, and I'll speed this up, and in the background I'll add some images and annotate them. So what I've done is I've included some images of Tom Cruise and Johnny Depp. And let's say I'm going around here, and now I want to do some searching. Let's say we're over here, and we want to search for Johnny Depp. There's custom, and I get the only image that I've annotated here. But let's say that there's other images as well of Johnny Depp, but they're just not tagged, and we want to find them. What we can do here is do search similar, and through facial recognition, it'll pick up the people most closely ranked as being Johnny Depp. And then we can click on them and say we want that image. So I'm going to go over to the picture of Claude Shannon after having added some memes. So I'm going to get over here a classic meme that everybody should know, which is a meme of a cat. Fantastic. And so what we've got here is a cat meme, okay? And now we're going to go to Claude Shannon, and we're going to add that cat as a meme. So I'm going to go over here, and in that search, put that cat as a meme. So let's say here I'm going to add some pirate memes. This one over here. I'll add a different pirate meme for that one. Great. And over here, I don't remember where I put it, but you can scroll here. If you have a lot of them, it'll only show a subset. Fantastic. So we have got it, and you can look at these memes in focus. So the key thing is with the memes, there's also mimetic search. So if we were to go over here to Tagasaurus and do a search, and search custom, we get all these images here that are related to memes. These are all images that do exist as memes for another image. So when we did a search, we had these. So let's do here Shannon. And what do we see? We see Shannon as a tag and its meme related to him. So here's Shannon and that meme related to Shannon. But if we go over here and do a search of Shannon, but we actually do it here cat and meow. Searched, but not in the tag list, in the meme tag list. We get Shannon again. So that is because Shannon has a meme with those tags. So if we go here, those tags, at least the cat tag, but not the meme tag, was there, and it listed it up. So you can find images based on the tags of its memes. And if we go over here, and we wanted to find some images that has a ship. So this is a meme that has the keyword ship on it. Great. Makes sense. And if we go over here and do that ship again, we can then say that Johnny Depp has a meme with the keyword ship. So we can also add images with a lot of people in it. And we can autofill the emotions. Now here you'll see a lot of emotions. It doesn't mean that each person has these emotions. It means that it detected at least one person with neutral 100. It detected someone with happy 100, someone with an element of sad, that these emotions to these levels were all present, and there is that list. So here we have something that is 50-50 on the surprised. So we could actually search based on emotions as well. Let's say we wanted to find emotion surprised 0. Boom. There is no element of surprised here. We can then find a surprised 100. Search that. Boom. We can find that person. But when we put surprised 0 into the search, that person gets at the bottom because that person is in the opposite spectrum of the emotion value that we selected. We can also add in audio files. Like I'm going to add in a WMA. It will also be converted into an MP3. So if we wanted to, we could push right click and save, and it'll bring it down as an MP3. We can also bring in a WMV, a video file, and it'll convert it to MP4. It takes a little bit longer to process it because it's also looking for faces every second. And we can see that we can look at our video here. And we put here the beach. Puff. And then we look over here on the pirate. We can even add a meme to the meme. And we can put here beach, search, and voila. The meme also becomes a video to look at. And we can even save it from here if we wanted to. So we can add in a video that has faces in it. Now we can even include an image that is a snapshot. And what we can find is that if we were to go here from the image, we could do search similar, and get the video from where that snapshot came from. And vice versa. So we can go over here, search similar to the video, and get the snapshot. Now we could also load images here from the file system, and we can even use the webcam to take in new pictures from your webcam and save them into the database as well. So, and you can even record a video if you wanted to. So you can use the webcam to take a still image or record a video and store that and use that. Now, if we go back to the main menu, we'll see that we've got some progress here on how awesome our tagging endeavor has been, and we can go to collections. So now I'm going to go into collections. So here we can create a collection, and we can call this friends. We need to choose here, friends, something to search for. I'm going to choose this as the representative image. And we're going to add in some here. We can search for them, friends, and we can put in all these images. We can add in more images later. We can put show friends. And we'll do emotions later, and some memes. We'll put Home Alone. Put here actor. Voila. And then we can even add in more images, and the GIFs play automatically. Friends. So we can never look at them, save them if we wanted to, the local disk, view them, and we can add a long list if we wanted to. We can even look at our memes and say, oh, we don't want Home Alone, and voila, we can see that too. And then if we added an image that we're not really interested in having there, like 2, we can say, oh, I'm going to take that off and save the changes. And then you can even delete collections and add more and search for collections as well. Then we get into super search. So let's say I am looking for people, that are, we were looking for actors. Here we can do this, and oops, before I do that, get selected. So these are people related to actors. And I want to say, I want to do a search based on this Johnny. And then if I do a search, the only criteria here that I'm using is that we want Johnny. Fantastic. And then here I might say that I also want an element of surprised to be very large. So that image similarity plus the emotion of surprise, and let's put fearful as being low. And if we do that search, we get here a different selection after that. We can remove this image and just do the search on the emotions, and we get this ranking. So what if we have an image that we want to compare to our database? Well, if we do this search and we clean our search, and then we say we're going to bring in this new image, and we're going to base it on movie scene 3, which it's an image of Tom Cruise, but not too similar to ones that we have in the database. We do a search for that, and see that it pulls out all of the Tom Cruise. We can just click on one of them, and it takes us directly to Tom Cruise. Now the key thing is that you can also use in Super Search images from the webcam as well. And you can even use from recommended here based on, so if I wanted a Sheldon, we could find Sheldon here. Great. So now we're going to go into Stream Search. So over here, this allows you to use the webcam or to use the app of feeding in the screen output. So you can look for images in your database from the screen. So here I'm going to choose keywords and images. So we can look at an interview here of Johnny Depp. And it's selecting him. And we can click an image. And it takes us directly to that image in the database. So you can also export all your data. So you can push this button. I can go into a folder that I'm going to choose to export to. And it should export, produce the export, and voila. And we can see in here all of the data exists, all the files, and annotation information. We can go back, and we can also import. So before doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete a bunch of files here, and over time it'll take a little bit too much time, but we should see, let's say this friends GIF. I am going to save this change, but it's not going to be affected by the import. So even if we put in some more information, it's not going to get overridden. But if we had some images here that we choose to delete, our backup should have it. So we go over here into the main menu, go to the import. We select the zip. Go back and see our GIF. And we can see here that the tag that we added here is appended with the previous tag information. And our GIFs are all here. Awesome. And the other file was deleted. It should be noted that if you want to copy all of your data and clone it to another destination, onto a USB, onto another computer, etc., you literally just need to copy these two folders. This is the one that you downloaded to do the extraction, but it is these two. And if you wanted to, you could just copy this here and then also have the Windows one available as well, so that if you're on a USB and you go from a Linux machine to a Windows machine, you can have both executables that can both feed from the same data folder. And it's also important to note that if you're a Linux user and you want to run it from an external hard drive and it's not formatted in the right way for Linux to run an executable, because they're different, there's a script here that you can run so that it'll remount the USB into the right format and run the application so that you can run Tagasaurus from a USB formatted to be compatible with Windows. So you can use Stream Search for more things. You can stream as well from the webcam and do detections from a stream there and get keywords and images. And I hope you enjoy using Tagasaurus, and there's also a web app version. So if we close this, we can go to the website Tag Your Planet. So it's linked to from the GitHub repository, www.tagyourplanet.com. You can enter the web tagging, and here you can do your tagging, your super search, stream search, export, and import. So you can import the data that you had before from your desktop app, and then you can go into tagging. And here we've got an extra randomized selection. So over here, we don't really have any friends. So if I were to search for friends, I don't really have anything there. But it's very similar, and you can also use the stream search as well. On mobile browsers, the UI is not optimized for it, but it is possible to use it from your browser on your mobile phone, although the buttons aren't optimized, but that's going to come in a future version. And what we can do now is we can import or export all our data. So if we wanted to, we could export all our data and then have them imported from the app. And as well, if you wanted to go to settings and just delete your account, that deletes everything in there. So I hope you enjoy using Tagasaurus, and there should be new features coming in the near future as well. And I hope that you have a great time storing and searching for all your memes and having a fun time annotating all your information and memories.